Have you been hitting a roadblock with your book project every now and then? Have you been thinking of working with a book coach but probably not sure if that's the right thing for you? Then this episode is for you. Hi, this is Jyotsna Ramachandran, the founder and CEO of Happy Self-Publishing. In this episode of Author Success Show, I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons why you should work with a book coach. Now, most people who end up working with a book coach start working only after they face a problem. They fall down, they want to get up, they do some trial and error, and again they fall down, and that's when they think probably I should be working with a book coach, and then their book project takes off from there. But here is my request to you. Please do not wait till you make some mistakes or hit a roadblock before you start working with a book coach. From day one, from the minute you decide that you're going to be writing a book, please start working with a book coach. And here are the 5 reasons why I think every single person needs a book coach. Reason number 1, clarity. When you work with a book coach, it gives you absolute clarity on what should be your book's topic. How can you make your book unique compared to all the other books out there? Is the structure of your book good enough? Are you using the right language? Should you vary between passive voice and active voice and all those things that you're confused about, right? All those things can easily get clarified once you start working with a book coach, because the primary responsibility of a coach is not to spoon feed you and tell you do this, do that. Any good coach will only ask you the right questions so that you start walking on the path of clarity. So that's the first reason. The second reason why you should work with a book coach is accountability. I think accountability is the single biggest factor that helps authors to finish their books, and most of us don't have that self-accountability. See, writing is not something that is compulsory or that is urgent, right? You know it's important for you and your business, but it's because it's not really urgent, most of us procrastinate. However, when you have somebody to hold you accountable, we will most probably end up finishing the book. And your book coach also acts as your accountability partner, because you know before the next coaching call, you need to finish XYZ, and you will work on those tasks before you meet your book coach the next time. And since you have this person who's going to ask you all the tough questions, who's going to not take no for an answer, it's going to help you finish your book on time as per the schedule and the timeline that you have agreed upon with your book coach. The third reason why you should have a book coach is criticism. See, a book coach is not only going to tell you all the good things, they are also going to critique you, and that is such a great thing, because most of your friends and family members will mostly have only praises for you. So it's not enough to just show your book to your mom, but you should also be working with a book coach who will not wait till you finish your book, but at every step in the process, they're going to critique you. So your book coach will ideally place themselves in the shoes of the reader and go through whatever you've been writing. They're going to tell you what's actually working for your book in your favor, what is not really working. Are you really dragging a point too much? Is it really boring the reader? Or is the flow really good and you need to keep maintaining that momentum? They're going to also look at the examples that you're quoting, case studies that you're adding to the book, and they're going to really tell you if it's going to help the reader or not. And this criticism, especially during your writing stage, is super important to improve the quality of your writing. The fourth reason why you should be working with a book coach is feedback. Now, other than whatever your coach is going to tell you regarding your writing and all the criticism, they're also going to give you a lot of feedback throughout the process of publishing your book. It could be small little things like which of the 3 covers look better for your book, or it could be things like which is the ideal lead magnet that you should be placing inside your book. It could also be things like which out of the different author photos you have is the right photo that you should have on the back cover of your book, right? See, for you, this is your first book project, but for your book coach, they've been coaching so many different authors that they want to bring in all their expertise into your book project. So it's up to you to make good use of your book coach in getting their feedback at different stages in the publishing process as well. And the final thing, the 5th reason why you should be having a book coach is communication. Now let me explain this a bit. I'm not sure how this works with other book coaches, but at Happy Self-Publishing, we have dedicated in-house book coaches who are assigned to authors and who stay with the author throughout the project. So what happens is the book coach will be really involved with you on a weekly basis during the writing phase, but they don't say goodbye after that. They stay with you because you will need their support even in editing, even in designing, because they know the book as well as you do, right? So sometimes when it comes to communicating with the other team members, like the editor, you may have some struggle here and there. Your designer is not able to get your point regarding the concept. So this is when our book coach steps in and says, hey, you know what, this is what my author is trying to say, tweak this, do that. So that communication becomes super important between the book coach and the rest of the people who are working on your book project. Alright, so let me do a quick recap of the 5 reasons. Your book coach is going to give you clarity, accountability, criticism, feedback, and communication. Now at this point of time, some of you may be thinking, yeah, I understand the importance of having a book coach, but is it really important for me? Now this totally depends on you. Now if you are competing in a college team, then maybe you don't need a coach. But if you're competing in the Olympics, then you definitely need a coach, right? The same thing applies for the book as well. If you just want to put a book together and you don't really care about the quality, then you can do everything yourself, right? Nobody's going to stop you. But if you want to put together a world-class book that can reflect your brand image and help you attract clients, then you probably want to put that extra effort in putting together a book that you are proud of, and for that, a book coach definitely is important. I hope you found this episode useful. If you have any comments, feedback or questions, make sure you post it in the comments below, because I read every single comment and reply. So please go ahead and do that. There are a couple of other interesting episodes that you might have missed out, like, is it really important for you to work with an angel writer? And also, what's the difference between ghostwriting and angel writing? So if you want all of those episodes as well, make sure you subscribe to Author Success Show, both in our YouTube channel as well as our podcast. So I'll see you again in yet another episode. Until then, happy authoring.